Hello and welcome to Monday Mindfulness. This is a special festive season edition of our sharing of mindfulness, and it's all tailored around really coming to the core of what we're focused on a lot through this season, which is really coming to the essence of the whole festive season, which is taking rest, remembering our priorities, and showing each other how much we care about each other, and also showing ourselves how much we care. So taking time to really nurture and nourish ourselves as well. So saying that, that is the way that I perceive the festive season. So what I'm sharing is some practices that I've used for my own practice over this festive season, and one of them has been just nourishing myself with a bath. And you could do this in any way that nurtures you, anything that resonates with you as being something that's self-care. Obviously, you want to make sure that you're honoring your body and your health and the community as well, but really taking some time to focus on what your priorities are, focusing on what makes you smile, and really giving yourself that attention, giving yourself that, investing that energy in the things that really matter for you. And the examples that I'll show you are very much taking specific practices of doing this and making them habits. So if you can make these or part of these things, or some examples of these things, regular habits, then it can be something that is more normal to take through the rest of the year. So in the festive season, I focus on the priorities and I start to lay out habit patterns that are going to resonate through the rest of the year. So how I'm doing that is a bath. So what I've been doing is really nurturing myself well with really nourishing baths with oils and salts and things like that, and just really enjoying that time to just relax and take care of the body. Even some massage and things during the bath as well, but mainly just silence. I've just been having a bath and focusing on the sensations that are happening in the moment. So it's been very much a letting go, relaxing, and just allowing the body to be nourished, and doing that with awareness, just letting myself actually see any tensions that I've built up or anything that I've carried into this period of the year. So saying that, I love a good bath, and I've been doing it very mindfully. But one specific technique that you could use is when turning the water out of the bathtub, just if you haven't been able to stay present and mindful with the sensations in the body, I find the bath is very, very good at bringing up emotions and letting things come up for me that I may not have noticed beforehand. But if you haven't tuned into your body so much during the bath, which is okay, I love to tune in and be aware of the body in a lot of cases, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. But if you want to, a great practice that I've been really enjoying is when you turn the bath out, when the water's draining out, just at least taking that time to feel the water actually creeping down your body, and just be present with that sensation. And it's always changing, it's always moving. It's another great anchor for mindfulness. So that's been a great way to still the mind and really honor the body. Obviously, you want to take care of yourself. You want to make sure that you don't, catch cold or make it more likely to do that. But just really feeling that water coming through and doing it in whatever way feels comfortable for you. So feeling that water just move down the body, breathing, relaxing, staying with that moment. That's as simple as that practice is, as well as the self-caring, self-nourishing bath that comes with it. And it's really nice to notice the emotions and the feelings that come up when we are honoring ourselves, when we are on point and really feeling nourished. So that's a beautiful thing to be able to be aware of in this festive time, but also in other times. But it's nice now that we actually have time to be able to focus on ourselves and focus on nourishing, because at other times we can be a bit busy and just choose not to invest so much in the things that matter to us. Or, you know, we make these choices of where we invest our energy, and sometimes we can just get in the day-to-day and not really see the big picture. So this is a great time to be able to relax, let go, nourish ourselves, and get a bit of an idea of what the big picture is and what really matters for us. So, being a special episode, a special show that we're sharing with you today, I want to include a second meditation practice. So the first one is just enjoying a bathtub and feeling the water come down as the bath drains. And the second one is to just sit down and do a phone meditation. A phone meditation is great around Christmas. So what I do for a phone meditation is I sit down with my phone. I feel for anyone that I've been really feeling a connection with, or somebody that I really would love to touch base with, but I just haven't for whatever reason. And I might have a lot of people come up actually that right now, actually, to be honest, I've been writing a fair few people down to catch up with after the festive season as part of this process, just because I wanted to make time to really connect with them, but I also wanted to give them space over this period. So it could vary for you, you know, you'll feel out what's right, but there may be some that you feel like reaching out to straight away, or there may be some that you just want to prepare a letter for and then connect with them afterwards, or there may be some that you just really want to write some sort of correspondence to or get what you're feeling out in some way. But you may just want to get the feeling out and you may not actually send it to them. So you can do this in any way that you feel. You may just write a message straight away and send it. But what I do is I tune in, feel for anyone that I'd really love to connect with, and feel through them emotions that I'm feeling and find a way to communicate that. It might be feeling that, really sitting with it and getting aware of really where my perspective is with this person, with the situations that we've been through, with what I'm feeling, and then communicating that. I might communicate it in a phone call. I might do it with an SMS or an email. I might write it on paper, and I might actually write some of these things and prepare them and then feel this was more about me and I don't really need to communicate this. And there may be other cases where I just need to communicate it now. There may be cases when I feel a need to communicate it later, but it's totally up to you. And that's another mindfulness practice that I want to share with you over this period. And it really resonates for me as a very festive season kind of practice. So the first one is as simple as treating yourself to a bath and just spending a few minutes in awareness as the bath drains. The second one is to tune in and feel if you're feeling a message coming for someone but you haven't really delivered it or you haven't given it attention. This can be a great time to do that. So the practice is to feel through who you're really yearning to connect with and how, and then getting that into some sort of form. So communicating that in some way, whether it's in text, whether it's voice, whether it's in art, and then you can choose whether you want to actually share that with the person. You may choose to share it, you may not. You may choose to share it later, you may not. It's up to you. So you got two practices. Peace. Enjoy your festive season. Thank you for joining us. And just as an extra bonus, I'm going to throw in a third practice. So the first practice is just as simple as feeling the bath drain and being aware of that. Often you can take a few breaths afterwards in presence, which feels really nice for me. The second one is tuning in and feeling if there's someone that you really want to connect with. You might feel like you want to tell them how grateful you are for them. You might tell them how much you've learned from being in touch with them. You might tell them how much you miss them. You might tell them any number of things. I recommend, if I can communicate it in a way that loves me, loves them, and loves everything, it tends to be much more effective if I am going to share it. It's really up to your intuition, but just communicating what you feel, whether you actually share that or not, just getting clear on it and almost getting it out of your system, almost purging it kind of in a way. But it's a beautiful thing to give birth to when you share something like that. So we have the awareness of the bath draining, the awareness of connections that you want to nourish and nurture, so things you want to communicate. And then the next one is just a simple breath. If I notice myself running down a rabbit hole, if I notice myself wanting to go into something based on my ego or based on projections or based on some sort of story that really doesn't resonate with love and with what I want to create, or if you're just feeling tired, distracted, or if you just for whatever reason want to be present, a breath. And I've shared this before recently as well, but it's our third technique. I'm feeling generous, I'm feeling festive. So, and I want to actually share something together today. So the other ones were kind of more like homework or suggestions. This one, I want to do it together. And it is that simple breath, the very easy way to become present, to come to this moment. So what we're going to do is just close our eyes, take a very deep breath, feeling the lungs stretch. Hold that breath. Feeling the sensations of the lungs. And then feel all of the breath as you breathe it out. Breathing in all the way again. Feeling all the details of sensation, holding that breath. Breathing all the way out again. One more, give it all your focus. Feel free to smile, feel free to relax. Breathing in. And breathing out. So that was our 3-part festive season special for mindfulness. Being aware of the water on your skin as it comes down when you drain the bath. Being aware of any people that you want to connect with or anything that you want to share, and finding ways to be creative with that. And then just simply taking a breath. I'd love to hear any stories about how these mindfulness practices have felt for you. I hope that you enjoy the experiences and you have a fantastic festive season. Namaste.